Monday night. It's 7 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's the JJ Show.
I love you, Jumpy City, working for a man every night and day. Then I never loves me, sleeping, worried about things that might have been. It will keep on turning, proud American ball burning. I said rolling, 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 rolling on the river. I said rolling, 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 rolling on the river. There is a do 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 do.
And here's your hosts, Jimena Segovia and Jaden Cornelious.
Hey!
Hello!
Guess where we are today?
At the hospital!
Big Ant Hospital. They were considering doing a lobotomy, but they said there's no point wasting their time on Jimena.
So we're just going for an interview with a very magnificent, wonderful, and very sweet doctor.
We are going to see Dr. Francisco Navarrete, pediatrician and specialist in allergist. So we're going to go and see him. This is episode 10. This is the JJ Show, and we're in Cancun. We'll see you in a minute.
We are today at the JJ Show in a very important place. We are with Dr. Francisco Navarrete, who is a pediatrician and an allergist.
Yeah.
And we're here to learn many important things about vaccines and allergies, and Jaden getting all flushed up sometimes.
Dr. Navarrete is actually my specialist because I have an autoimmune disease, chronic idiopathic urticaria, and also different allergies that can result in anaphylaxis. So I come here regularly, so we're like old friends now. For 2 years I've been seeing you.
Yeah.
How long have you been studying and doing the work that you're doing?
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Francisco Navarrete. I'm an allergist and I am a pediatrician too, and I have my regular training in allergies and immunology at the Instituto Nacional de Pediatría in Mexico City. I have been allergist since maybe 3 years ago, and I was in Cancún since 2003, so 70 years or more we're living here. So my experience is
and you have a lot of clients there,
yes, patients. Clients is when you are selling things.
Yes,
with doctors.
We are back on the JJ Show with Dr. Francisco Navarrete, and today we are going to be talking about the fears, the links, the confusions between allergies. There are lots of new allergy sufferers, and also with this pandemic that we have, COVID-19. Obviously, some people now are experiencing allergies for the very first time.
Yeah.
So coughs, asthmatic symptoms, and they're obviously going to think straight away, oh my God, I have COVID.
Yeah.
Are there any specific differences between the two, that rather than reacting and going straight to a hospital because they think they have COVID, where they have a new hay fever, is there any advice you can give those people?
Yeah, okay. The first thing that I have to say that they don't have to fear about coming to the hospital, because in this hospital, at least in this hospital, we are taking many care about our patients. We have some kind of cameras that sprays, and we have the special places for COVID patients, very far from the medical offices, and special areas with all the care that the patient needs. So you can come very comfortably in our place. So the difference between one disease and the other diseases, allergies can go to chronic time for sneezing, itching the nose, running nose, coughing, difficult to breathe with some kind of wheezing chest, very long time. Or in the other hand, you have allergies that come suddenly. People take some kind of foods and suffer from acute stress with hives, with redness, sneezing, and difficult to breathe, and go to the hospital. And this is the two differences. I know that in YouTube, your partners in England did an excellent in the BBC, excellent little video about 6 different types of COVID. So the main symptoms in every one of these 6 different types of COVID is no smell, they can smell, and headache. And the other they can have cough, they can sore throat, difficult to breathe, diarrhea, rash, but they appear suddenly. Right. And at the end, they begin with no smell, they can smell, and headache. Okay. And in the end, it's very important that people know about this baby.
Because you don't have that with allergies, no? You don't lose your smell.
You don't lose the smell.
And you rarely have
the allergies is running out, but people come for years. How long you haven't suffered your allergies? Oh, maybe 6 years since I came to Cancún in 1951. I take some kind of pills, and after that they don't fix me anything, and I increase the pills. I change the different brands of pills, and I came because I don't know what I have to do with my allergy.
This is my story. It's interesting because I know of my allergies. My allergies have been worse since living in the jungle, but also I know I have cat and dog allergies, and I have 20 animals. So I know my lifestyle is not...
Your second is not the one.
It's too little. Well, I must admit, because I also do dog grooming, which is not good when you have severe allergies anyway to dogs. However, I must admit there were some times when I would exhibit very bad allergies. And it would feel like I had the flu. Like I would have to go to bed, my whole body ached, my nose was a cascada, my eyes were itching, and even for a split second I was thinking, maybe this isn't allergy, maybe this is COVID.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
hasn't been. So even I know my allergies,
Yeah.
but sometimes it does make you, because of the negative emotional hype about COVID and lack of facts, it does make you worry.
Yeah, of course. It's very interesting because when we began in the lockdown, many people called me because they said me, yeah, my allergy is going worst. What is your problem? Do you have this running nose, itching? No, because I forget to take off the stove and my breakfast was burning.
Right.
We're burning. Oh, I don't know. This is no allergy. You don't have any running nose. You don't have any cough. You don't have any itching eyes. You don't have any hives. So this is no allergy. This is stress, and stress is a trigger that pushes the allergies or the gastritis or the colitis or the bowel disease to go.
The body goes like...
Yeah, of course. The immune system is going down with the stress.
And it's interesting, even with shock. I have these problems with my immune system and with my allergies. But when I had an electric shock from my oven, which threw my immune system into shock, which developed, which kind of brought out all the symptoms of my urticaria again. So it's quite interesting that sometimes placing your body under some form of stress can create something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's the effect of the environment in your genes. The stress or the electric shock or the change in the weather or
outside. Taking good parents.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of controversy about the vaccinations. Its safety. I know in England there has been lots of side effects to the vaccinations they use, and they're to a stage where they are telling people that suffer from anaphylaxis not to take the vaccine because there's a high chance that it will encourage an anaphylactic episode. Is it the same vaccine we have here in Mexico, or do you have any more information about the safety or basically your general advice about taking the vaccines?
Well, we don't have now the amount of the vaccines that we need, of course, but it's very interesting that when you are searching information about that, the amount of cases of anaphylaxis is so small. So small, maybe, I don't know, 20 cases in, I don't know how many vaccines they gave in England or in the United States or in Europe, maybe millions, I don't know, maybe 20 millions, 8 millions in the whole world. And we don't have the amount of patients with problems that make me said, or we don't have the information about that. Many said that the people that suffer from very severe allergies can't have the vaccine. But of course they have to take care about adverse
Side effects.
with vaccines.
Do you think the vaccine, when it comes around to babies and children, having the vaccine, is it something that you would think would be a beneficial thing?
Yeah, of course. And the sad thing is that a nice sad thing could be in the other side. You can say that it is a good idea to have the vaccine for all the population because, for example, I think many countries, when you try to go to many countries or they're in the airplane, they say, do you have the vaccines? Or for me, my insurance, doctor, do you have your vaccines? Or for a long debate, Jaden, do you have the vaccine? Because we will give you money. And what about if you have COVID and you can't work for maybe a month or more?
It's interesting because obviously with human rights, you have the choice whether you vaccinate or not vaccinate. I'm nervous because of my health is bad at times anyway, and I don't know. I kind of want to see what happens with the majority before I say yes. To kind of see. However, so they say because of freedom of choice, you can choose to take or not to take.
Yeah.
But companies can also choose to benefit. So they can say, well, you cannot fly unless you're vaccinated. You cannot be served unless you're vaccinated. So it's quite scary times actually, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. But I don't know. We don't know what will happen with many of these rights that you have, and I'm agreeing 100% with you. But in the other side, what about the people that is flying in the airplane and spreading the disease with the others that has the vaccine? And even with the people that have the vaccine or has the vaccine or will have the vaccine, they can get the virus and spread the infection. This is why it's so important that all the people have the vaccine.
So the vaccine helps you with how you manifest the disease, so you could be a lot safer, but you can still catch and transmit the disease even though you're vaccinated. Wow.
This is why we have to use, even if you have the vaccine, you have to use the mask.
Well, we've seen. Can you show the visual?
Oh yes.
This is like the G.I. Jane Arnold Schwarzenegger of masks. So if you ever think, we all have our cubrebocas here, so if you think that we are just generally chatting, this boy is safe.
Yeah, he opens the door and he's like,
Like it's Darth Vader.
No, but it's because I don't want to see COVID patients in my office, but they are coming, they are suffering. The thing that you told, they come saying, I'm suffering from an allergy. I have a running nose. I lost my smell. I don't feel any taste in my food. I have headache, and I began with difficult to breathe and cough. Please do the test and send me the results by message, and go with the neurologist or with the general practitioners or the infectologist, because we have patients with allergies, with asthma, pregnant women, kids, and why not? They can come for getting the order for the test, but after that they have to go with other doctors because yes, I am protecting my patients.
I guess your patients are probably on the most vulnerable list as well, right? Apart from the elderly?
Yeah, maybe not so, because many of them has light allergies.
Okay.
Many no. Many they don't have. They have a little bigger risk than the normal people, but
risk is risk.
Risk is risk. Yes, of course.
Do you have?
Especially for me.
Of course, absolutely. Do you have I forgot what I was going to ask now. We'll cut this little bit out. I was going to ask about. No, it's gone.
bueno, para la próxima.
Do you have anything else you want to say for this particular time?
Yeah. Please take care. Use your mask. This is not a job that the mask protects you and your environment, the people that are around you. Please use your mask. Wash your hands. This is not a virus that can you get if you are touching the things or going to the supermarket or going everywhere. If you use the mask and you wash your hands every time that you touch, this is 100% sure you will be 100% sure that you can't get the virus.
A new study of COVID-19, based on data from a symptom tracker app, determined that there are 6 distinct types of the disease involving different clusters of symptoms. The discovery could potentially open new possibilities for how doctors can better treat individual patients and predict what level of hospital care they would need. The researchers said that these types could be used to predict the need for respiratory support in severe COVID-19. The COVID Symptom Study app was developed by King's College London. Users of the app are asked to log their health and any potential symptoms of COVID-19 daily. A machine learning algorithm analyzed data from a subset of 1,653 users of the app in the UK and US with confirmed COVID-19 who had regularly logged their symptoms in March and April. The algorithm revealed 6 distinct groupings of symptoms. Number 1. Flu-like with no fever. These include headache, loss of smell, muscle pains, sore throat, and chest pain. Flu-like with fever. Number 3. Gastrointestinal. Other symptoms include headache, loss of smell, loss of appetite, diarrhea, sore throat, chest pain, and no cough. Number 4. Severe level 1, including fatigue with symptoms such as fatigue, headache, loss of smell, cough, fever, hoarseness, and chest pain. Number 5. Severe level 2, confusion. Other symptoms include headache, loss of smell, loss of appetite, cough, fever, hoarseness, sore throat, chest pain, fatigue, confusion, and muscle pain. Number 6. Severe level 3, abdominal and respiratory. Other symptoms include headache, loss of smell, loss of appetite, cough, fever, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Researchers found that 1.5% of people in Cluster 1 and 4.4% of people in Cluster 2 required respiratory support. Clusters 4, 5, and 6 included participants reporting more severe symptoms of COVID-19 with 8.6%, 9.9%, and 19.8% requiring respiratory support respectively. Nearly half of the patients in Cluster 6 ended up in hospital, compared with just 16% of those in Cluster 1. The study found that people with Cluster 4, 5, or 6 symptoms tended to be older and frailer and were more likely to be overweight and have pre-existing medical conditions. The researchers then developed a model combining information about age, sex, body mass index, and pre-existing conditions together with symptoms gathered over the first 5 days of onset of the illness. This was able to predict which cluster a patient fell into and their risk of needing hospitalization and breathing support. Claire Steves, a consultant geriatrician and a member of the team working on the study, said, "If you can predict who these people are at day 5, you may have time to give them support and early interventions such as monitoring blood oxygen and sugar levels and ensuring they are properly hydrated. Simple care that can be given at home, preventing hospitalizations and saving lives." Thank you for listening. Please click like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more health tips and updates.
How is it to work with kids?
Beautiful. I prefer kids than adults because I don't know. Kids are more pure. There's in a sense. Yeah.
And how do you, as a new mother, how do you see signs of your baby being allergic to something? What do you have to look for?
Okay, we have a concept. The concept is allergy way. The allergy, the very small kid that suffers from allergy has problems with foods, especially with milks. Many kids has problems with breast milk or with different different brands of milk. So you have to see if the baby has colics, has reflux, has a lot of gases, has many problems with the food, with the milk. The other is very soon in the life of the kids is problems with the skin. Those kids that the mother, I can't wait for changing the diaper because he suffered from his parts, he suffered from this rash, skins and eczema so easily that you can imagine. This is the first 2 symptoms. And the third, in babies maybe a little more older, is mucus and cough and rhinitis.
Okay. So we have to be very careful and go to a specialist.
Yeah, because the one important thing is that if the father suffers from allergy, the mother or the father is not so important, maybe 30%, but the mother 50%. 50% of the mother that has no control. It's very important because if the mother has control of her allergies during the pregnancy, the kids suffer less allergies.
Okay.
Because regularly we have some kind of a protein, the IgE, and this IgE crosses the placental barrier. So the kid has drink this protein in the womb. At 11 weeks age, at 11 weeks of age in the womb, the kid is drinking this protein. So when the baby is born, the explosion of allergies comes with the foods, with the environment, in the skin and in the respiratory system.
There are lots of women that will agree with you that the father's role is less important. It's very interesting because my father died very young, before he got to 50, always had problems with autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
My mother has been on injections, vacunas for allergies since the age of 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah, of course.
And now I have autoimmune disease and chronic allergies. So
This is the perfect storm.
I'm the model of what you don't do if you have.
Where they met in the allergist club. Can you send me your voice? Yes, of course.
It's quite interesting because my mum had been taking vaccinations for allergies since a very early age. So would the vaccinations have made me more immune to vaccinations or more susceptible to having allergies? How would my mother being on medications affected me in the womb? How would that look?
Okay. No. The idea is that when a woman has the control of the allergies, the baby has less tendency to have the allergy.
Right. So it's actually safe, because I know people think, well, I can't take allergy antihistamine because I can't take vaccinations because I'm trying to get pregnant, because I am pregnant, but it is still safe to continue with allergy medication when you're pregnant.
Yeah, of course, because if this IgE that the mother produces and crosses the womb barrier, and the fetus is absorbing and drinking, it affects directly the fetus.
So getting stronger, treatment.
So actually better that they seek treatment. If they are an allergenic person, it's better that they seek advice from an allergy specialist before they have.
Yeah, when they're trying to get pregnant.
And during the pregnancy, the women has to continue with the treatment.
So then you have your baby, and you know he has allergies, and there is treatment.
Yeah, of course.
No, there is a way to.
Yeah, of course. I can see my friend, because at least 70% of the allergic people begin early in the earlier 5 years of life.
Okay. So you have a lot of time to.
Yeah, of course, and they continue. Many of them continue during their whole life with allergies. So for the pediatrician, it's better or it's easier to see a man like my friend that the adult allergies, because we can see, or we regularly see kids with 70 kilos and 50 years old. And the adult allergists can see adults with 3 kilos.
So does lifestyle play an important role in, if you are someone that has an autoimmune disease, or if you're more susceptible to allergies, does your lifestyle, fitness, obesity, does that all affect?
Yes, of course.
Your suffering as well?
Yes, of course. Allergy is the environment pushing your genes.
Right, okay.
Yeah, if your genes, the mother and the father has allergy, suffer from allergy, they are pushing to have kids with allergy. So, for example, one good example is the penicillin. Before the 19th century, we don't have a penicillin, and maybe in 2 centuries we don't have allergies. Maybe in a museum you can see the little bottles that penicillin. It was the first antibiotic that we had. Okay, but this is a part of the museum because I suppose that in that time we will have better antibiotics. So what about the people that live before the 19th century? They don't know the penicillin. As soon as the penicillin exists, people began with allergies, and it's a very bad luck that you have allergy to one of the most beautiful antibiotics that we have.
And also, I think because of environmental changes as well.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are suffering allergies more now in their 30s, 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
They're like, well, it can't be an allergy. I've never had allergies. But because of pollution, environmental factors, the change of global warming, I guess everything, different trees producing pollens at different times.
Food is made with
Yeah, of course.
And food.
You're right. I read a very interesting paper about allergies in the babies that different kinds of mothers that regularly were eating different meals. For example, they have three groups. One group has
the custom.
Has the custom to eat very regularly use the junk food. The second is not so often. They didn't eat often the junk food, and the third it's nothing. And they took in the baby, they took blood in the blood cord, and they test for inflammatory substances and allergy substances. Beautiful, because the relation between the mother's habits for food, it's exactly directed in direct relation with the amount of allergies, colics, and inflammation and infections that the people have.
And with the increasing of the babies obesity now.
Yeah, of course.
They just give them some Coke and some fritos.
So
don't, please, and visit a specialist, especially when you don't have a problem with your baby. Keep it like that, no?
Yeah, of course.
Prevention is better than cure, right? We're going to be posting details of how you can get hold of this young man and how you can find him if you do have any problems, and he's also going to be back on the show very soon to answer more questions. Thank you so much for spending time with us today, and we look forward to coming back and visiting you again to have some more advice. It's been amazing to hear the words of wisdom. It's really nice because there are so many different kinds of advice, so many people with different opinions, so many governments not having a clue what is being said and delivering messages left, right and centre, conflicting. The most important thing to know is that the only way to stay safe is to keep your hands clean, to wear a face mask, and just to basically avoid as much contact as you possibly can. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Leo, are you ready?
Milagros, Morelos, and I have a very special guest tonight, the one and only Oscar. How are you doing?
Fine, I'm so happy to be here.
Very good. I wanted to talk to you because we've been working for about 3 years, I think, together.
3 years?
See, and well, I've never had the chance to interview you and to know a little bit about you. How long have you been in Playa del Carmen and Riviera Maya?
Riviera Maya, I came here about 2016, in April 2016, and I, for almost 5 years ago, and I came here and started playing with the bands at Riviera Maya, Playa del Carmen, and we started this amazing adventure here in Riviera Maya.
Okay, so what's your favorite music to play?
Favorite music to play? Mostly rock, but everything is like people, everything like the audience. The audience have a good time.
You will sing anything.
Almost anything, but
Like Britney Spears.
Yes. He's a fantastic guitar player, and he also is a very good singer. But he has this magic with the people. What is your favorite? Tell me a story of your favorite party that you were able to make a party where in the show.
maybe was a resort. A resort. I play with a band, and that band they have a lot of people from USA, Canada, London, Europe, and I don't remember which the song we played that moment, but all people stand up, dancing, and make a party, and it was amazing. And one time, a Fifth Avenue bar, we stopped people walking through the Fifth Avenue to watch us and film us because
The show was so good.
the show was so amazing, and people screaming and laughing and dancing. It was amazing.
He's a wonderful frontman. He has the magic that will get you. The girls fall in love, the guys want to beat him. So it's really nice to work with him. What are you going to do now that we are being able to play again with the COVID and everything? We are opening a little bit. What would you like to do this year, this new year?
This year, all my plans doesn't happen for COVID, but I want to play in another countries. I want to play in another gigs with much more people. If I can travel around the world playing the music, that maybe it will be a really good dream for me.
For me too.
Let's maybe go to Canada, play with the USA. I can't go to the USA now.
I have a visa.
I can go to the USA right now, and I pretty much go to Europe and South America. I want to go there. I want to travel there.
Yeah, he's very young.
It's 48, right?
He's 48. He's really young. He's ready to start a new life, just as I am. But he does. So tell me, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song sing.
Because you go from rock to blues to cumbias to reggaeton, country. So what is like the one song that you say, yes, this is nice?
For mine or for the public?
No, for you.
It's funny because one of my favorite songs. I don't play much mostly in my gigs because nobody knows the song, but I think the lyrics is a poem. It's a real poem, like wishes you have about the other guys and other situations. The song is Noches de Boda from Joaquin Sabina. The lyrics is amazing, so simple, so powerful, but that song is amazing. And maybe anything Metallica, Led Zeppelin. I'm rocker, but that song from Joaquin Sabina is amazing.
So maybe we should do some original rock.
Yeah.
You have some songs?
Yeah, a little bit. For the quarantine, I did the home videos. We can host here below, and yeah, it's I read a few songs, but it's just in my mind, in my notebook right now. But I got to work with that songs, and maybe can record. We can play with the audience.
Thank you. Well, this is Oscar Rodriguez. We're going to play some of his music, some of his videos. Maybe I'll be there.
For sure. She's an amazing singer. I really miss her. Today we played
The first time
for 1 year. 1 year, and I really miss her. She's a great artist, amazing singer, and I like play guitar with people talented like amazing.
Thank you very much. What?
And you're here every Sunday.
See, we are here at Lounge every Sunday at 7:30, and thank you very much for this time.
Thank you.
This is Oscar Rodriguez from the JJ Show.
Thank you for my first interview in English, and so thank you very much.
Muchas gracias.
sin ti. Ese daño, no puedo estar sin ti. Y es que ya no aguanto, te extraño, no puedo estar sin ti. Estar esperando la sueño, no puedo estar sin ti. Sin ti.
Some people live without the roses, just to let them know to love them. Yeah, we sing the flag and if I got losers, and no one who truly cares for me. Some people in my love, I think I'm not alone. If I got to be there, if I got to be there, some people cry down this, some just not everything, but everything means nothing. If I ain't got you, some people want it all, but I don't want you nothing at all. If I ain't got you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby, some have a reason, some just want everything. Everything means nothing. If I ain't got you. If I ain't got you with me, if I ain't got you with me,
Volar, caer al fondo del dolor, soñar, perder imperios de ilusión. Hoy no tengo nada si no estás, mi corazón se apaga. Isabel, si te vas, tu yo se enfadará. No dejes que este amor muera así. Lloraré, llorarás, sufriendo en soledad. Tú vuelve a mí, yo te haré feliz. Isabel, buscar, sentir la gran pasión de amar, tratar de huir a ese tiempo que vendrá. se apaga.